Hey LA Loves, welcome to my channel. Let's discuss with author LA Logan. On today, we're going to talk about quarantine lockdown. What's been going on? What have we been up to? Have we been sick? Have we been safe? Have we been losing weight? Have we been gaining weight? Have we started new projects? Have we not started new projects? Whatever you've been up to, it's time for us to have roll call. It's time to check in on one another and make sure we're good. Because after all, this quarantine lockdown can have us going a little crazy, if you know what I mean. Let's get into it. Let's discuss. Okay, guys, first off, let me say I have missed you so much that I couldn't wait to get a video in so that we can catch up and so that I can let you know what's been going on with me. I mean, it's just been, man, crazy. I'm sure for most of us, this has definitely been a challenging time, some probably more than others, but at any rate, we're back together. We're here to kind of catch up and talk about what we've been doing, what's been going on. I am at home. Like everybody else, that was really crazy. I'm at home. Like, where else would I be right now? Like, I think everybody is at home. But anywho, I'm in a different part of my house than I normally film in, and nothing's changed. I'm still working on projects. I still got things going on. But let me tell you this first off. I really hate that I was away for so long, but I was sick for a month and a half, guys. Oh my Lord. I didn't have the coronavirus. Let me make that clear first. I didn't get the virus, and I'm thankful for that. Although they wanted me to get tested for it many times, but I didn't meet the criteria at the time. But I ended up having a really severe case of bronchitis. I don't know about you or anybody else that has allergies, but I have allergies year round. And sometimes my allergies get so bad that it turns into a respiratory infection. And that's what happened to your girl. When I tell you I was low sick, like on my bed of affliction, yes, that was me. I had to do 2 rounds of antibiotics, 2 inhalers. I've lost track of how many different allergy medications I had to do. I mean, I was going through it, not through it, through it. And I'm not even 100% even now as I'm recording, but I do have my voice back. I am able to talk without coughing. Now, that was the bad part. People were calling me to check on me, and I was still having to hold meetings. I was still having to work. And, you know, in this environment, you bet not cough, you bet not sneeze, sniffle, blink a tear, nothing, or that people look at you like. It was so embarrassing because I sounded horrible, and I think people really didn't believe me when I told them I didn't have the virus. They didn't believe me, but I didn't. I mean, I didn't run a fever. I hadn't been around anybody who had been exposed. I hadn't traveled outside of, my surroundings for 14 days. So, I mean, I just didn't have it. It just ended up being a really bad case of bronchitis. So that's part of the reason why I've been away for so long, because I literally could not talk without coughing. And it just felt like I was coughing up my whole entire life of lungs. And so, anywho, I thank God that I'm better now. As most of us have probably been. I've had people that I know that did have the virus or currently have the virus, some that did not make it, and some that are still fighting it. So it's not anything to take lightly. I'm thankful I had my little bout with bronchitis and that it wasn't the virus, but I was really not feeling good, you guys. It was bad for a moment there. So anyway, that's part of the reason why I haven't been around. Secondly, since I have been feeling a little bit better as I was on my road to recovery, I was able to start working back on some different projects as it pertains to my books and some different ideas. And even though I was working on those things, I honestly miss doing my videos. And I just missed connecting with you all and, just having our discussions. I'm looking a mess, as most of us are. I mean, my hair, I need to take my braids down. Oh, Lord, the thought of that, Jesus. I wish I could have a house full of quarantine friends that could help me take these down, Jesus. But I don't. So suffer to be so. I got to start working on it. I can't even remember the last time I wore makeup. I had to cut my nails down. I'm going through it like everybody else, I feel like sometimes I'm going a little stir crazy being in the house, like literally, although I love being in the house. How do those two things go together? Interesting. Yeah, but I do. I mean, although I am getting a little stir crazy being in the house, I will tell you this. I cracked myself up because during that bout when I was sick, I literally couldn't go outside. I couldn't go to the store. I mean, I couldn't do anything. So when I finally started feeling better and I needed to go to the grocery store because we're running low on food, driving felt so foreign to me. I almost felt like I was back in driver's ed, just learning how to drive. It was so weird to get back in the car and drive after not driving for that long length of time. And does anybody else go through this? So going to the grocery store for me is like going to war or preparing yourself to go into battle. Before you go to the grocery store, you just, you go in, you might peruse the aisles, look at some stuff, look at the ad that tells you what's on sale, what's the sale for the week. Me, I can't do it. I feel like the grocery store is the war zone. I can't do it. I make my list, and I don't even put my list in my phone anymore because I don't want to be touching my phone multiple times while I'm in the store. I'm back old school. I have pulled out my spiral notebook. I write my grocery list on that. I fold it up perfectly to where it can strategically fit inside my purse, just enough for me to see it. And then I have 2 bottles of hand sanitizer that I have strategically placed so that each time I touch something in the grocery store, I can sanitize my hands. I have my wipes. I wipe down the basket. I think I offended a couple of the people that work in the store that wipe down. I know I did, because one of them said it's already clean. Okay, that's fine and dandy for your mind. But for my mind and my sense of understanding, I need to make sure the basket's wiped down. So let me live. It's nothing against you. But anyway, I go in there and I'm working strictly off the list. I ain't got time to look at no ad. I don't have time to go up and down the aisle to see if I might have forgot something. I ain't got time to make eye contact. Don't look at me. I don't look at you. Don't say nothing to me. I won't say nothing to you. We in here, it's not a gathering. We're in here to get the essential needs in time to get back to the house. And that's how I feel about grocery shopping. I dread doing it because my mind makes me think the store is just full of the coronavirus. And I'm in there dodging it the whole time I'm there with my mask. Now, I'm not doing the gloves. Nothing against the folks that wear the gloves, but that don't make sense to me in my mind about the gloves. Because as a matter of fact, I don't even go through the checkout lane to let them check my groceries. I go through the self-check lane because I don't want them touching all my stuff with the same gloves that they done touched everything that, I don't even want to think about what all they've been touching, but they're not sanitizing in between touching. They're not changing gloves each time they get done touching. They're not washing the gloves each time they get done touching. Like, to me, the gloves might be protecting them somewhat, but it does nothing for me. So in my mind, I'd rather not wear the gloves, have my hand sanitizer strategically placed, and just use it accordingly. That's what works for me. But nothing against the gloves, folks. You do what you got to do. So anyway, I get in there, try to dodge the virus, and come on out and make it to the house to strip down, quarantine my clothes, wash my hands. It's literally feels like going to war. And so it's exhausting to me. So I try to get everything. As a matter of fact, I had to go to the grocery store yesterday because it was Taco Tuesday and I needed to get some ingredients for taco. Why did I forget the lettuce? Oh Lord, you should have saw me in the car debating. Do we really need lettuce for our tacos? Can we go without this lettuce? Do I really need to go back? And I was like, you need the lettuce for the tacos, LA. So I went back to the store and did war again. And when I tell you, by the time I got back to the house and had to strategically take the stuff out of the bags, wipe it down, throw the bags in the trash, like it's a whole exhausting process. You need a break from going to the store. Like once you get back from the store, you need a minute to regroup yourself after you get everything put away, because it's an exhausting process. But anyway, I'm sure I'm not the only person that is experiencing that. I mean, hey, it's the day and time that we live in now. I mean, I mean, life is not going to go back to how we used to know life for a very, 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 very long time. I mean, this is going to be a long-term process, and you keep hearing all these different ideas or strategies or information from different news outlets. I had to stop watching news so much because literally it's on all day and it's negative. Now, I mean, some of the stuff we do need to know to be safe, but to have that pouring into your spirit every day, all day long, it starts to wear on you, and it could cause you to, go into depression or go into worry or fear. And the God that I serve has never given the spirit of fear. We don't have the spirit of fear. We believe that he is still in control. And right now is a time where we should be resting. Some of us are constantly on the go. This is a time for us to rest, to be more prayerful, to up our prayer life, to up our study life as far as studying the Bible, to check on one another, and to allow us to miss some things that we've taken for granted. I know for me, there's some things that I've taken for granted that this situation has allowed me to really sit back and kind of just sit in it and realize that I need to make some changes on how I do certain things. Now, the one thing that Corona has done for 2020 that has completely just, I don't even know what adjective I want to use. But I was supposed to be getting my full life in 2020. You remember that? Remember those conversations we started having back in January and February, and how I was going to get my life? I was going to come out the house more. I was going to start traveling more. I was going to just start living and enjoying life. I was all for it. I mean, I was well on my way. I think I did 2 or 3 trips within a 6-week period. Like I was well on my way. And then Corona came and didn't want me to be great, didn't want me to live my best life. I'm sorry. I'm not going to cry. It is what it is. Hey, it just wasn't meant to be. But I haven't lost my desire to want to live my best life. I haven't lost my desire to do bigger and greater things. I've been trying to use this time to keep that desire going, but also really hone in on those goals that I have set. We had did a goal check for the first quarter, and the second quarter is not looking too good as far as, well, it could, depending on what your goal is and if you're making the right connections. I'm noticing that social media is really a good tool depending on what your goal is, and depending on if you just use it right. I still see some foolishness out there, some craziness where I'm just like, okay. Anyway, I'm not going to give it any life. I'm not even going to go into that. But make sure you're using your platforms or creating platforms for yourself that can help you prosper in your goals, and making the right connections with people, with the right people. That's the key thing. But yeah, that's kind of what I have been up to and what I've had going on during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's real out here. I mean, I know some folks that didn't make it, and some that are still trying to recover. At first, a lot of people didn't take it serious. And sadly, there's still some people who aren't taking it serious. I understand that we want to get back to work, and that we want to get our economy back going. And, I can only imagine a family who doesn't have any income coming in and them trying to figure out how to make mortgage or rent, plus groceries, utilities, just the basic needs. I can't even imagine having to make those type of decisions every day. So this is the time that if you know people who are in those situations and you are able to help, it is your God duty to do that. I mean, God has us here to be helpers one to another. And if I have it to give and you need it, why am I holding on to it? Why am I hoarding it if I know you need it and I have it to give? Now, it's one thing if you don't have it to give, but I'm talking to the people that have it to give and don't. I mean, this is the time for us to help each other, to look out for each other, because opening up prematurely is only going to cause more infection and more deaths. And, African Americans are on the losing end of that. And so we just need to be smart in how we do this. If you have to get back out, if you have to go back to work, make sure you are practicing social distancing, that you are wearing a mask, that you're washing your hands, that you're paying attention to how you're interacting with people. Nobody's going to be offended that you're not hugging. No. And if they are, you definitely still don't want to hug them, because that means they're hugging on anything not to hug them back. Okay? So no, you got to be careful with that. Make sure you wash your hands. Carry hand sanitizer with you in case you can't get to the sink to wash your hands. And make sure you're washing your hands long enough, at least 20 seconds. Because I have witnessed some folks not washing their hands for 20 seconds. And I'm just like, are you not in the same pandemic that I'm in? Have you not been seeing the same news reporting that I have been? Why did you wash your hands for 5 seconds? Maybe even less. Did your hands even get wet and soapy is the question. So yeah, if you got to get out there, make sure you're just intentional in how you maneuver, how you move around, because your life is worth so much more. You have family and friends, that are depending on you to be here, that love you and that want you to be okay. And so just be careful, you guys. I mean, this is real. It's serious. All jokes aside, we've just got to be smart, especially those in the African American community. We've just got to be smart in how we maneuver going forward. I mean, things are going to be opening up, and eventually we're just going to have to do what we have to do. But in the midst of doing what we have to do, we need to be smart about how we do it. And so anyway, I missed you guys so much. Oh my gosh, so much. I'm so glad that we got a chance to have a discussion. Please leave me some comments below and let me know what you have been doing during the pandemic. If you have any prayer requests, if you have any needs that somebody might be able to help with, drop a comment below. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. I really hope that you enjoyed what you heard. If this isn't your first time, welcome back. I missed you. I hope you missed me too. We're all in this together. And we're going to get past this. This is not going to defeat us. You got to have a strong mind. Let this mind be in Christ. Put your trust in your hope in God, and that He's going to get you through whatever situation you might find yourself in, whether it's pandemic related or it's not. Trust God to get you through, to get you to the next level. Because the one thing I know about God, without a shadow of a doubt, is He never allows us to be in places that He hasn't equipped us to be able to get out of or to get through. So He got you. You just got to walk through the valley. That's all you got to do. And it's going to be okay. He's there. He's got you. So we're going to get through this. We're going to stay positive. We're going to be encouragers one to another instead of judges to each other. And I love you guys. Click the like button if you liked what we talked about on this evening. And click the subscriber button. You know what? I don't even know how many subscribers I have. I was going for 50. I'm sure I'm not there yet. So won't you help me get to at least 50 subscribers? I know that's not a lot, but for me, it would mean the world to me to get to 50. And by clicking the subscriber button, it lets you know when content's going to be loaded. And if you click the bell's going to immediately notify you to let you know each time new content has been loaded. And I promise I'm going to do better with loading content now that I'm feeling better. Thank God. But I want to leave you with this on tonight. Remember, the plans for your life have already been designed. It's just up to you to trust the planner. Have a good one, everybody.